Yo, what is up folks, MTG here, happy holidays, and today we're taking a look at Neoform Atraxa, which is finally playable-ish on MTG Arena. Neoform, 2 mana, additional cost to cast, sacrifice a creature, search your library for a creature card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrifice creature's mana value, put the card onto the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it, then shuffle. And the creature we're finding is, of course, Atraxa Grand Unifier, 3 green, white, blue, black. Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, Lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, reveal the top 10. For each card type, you may put a card of that type from among the revealed cards into your hand. Rest go on the bottom in a random order. Artifact, Battle, Creature, Enchantment, Instant, Land, Planeswalker, Sorcery. Those are card types. And it's a 7/7, which becomes an 8/8. Okay, cool. These cards have obviously been around for a while. The new cards from Khans are Delve spells. And so we have 8 of those. 4 copies of Hooting Mandrills, which is kind of optimal. It's 6 mana, which means 6 + 1 makes 7. 4/4 trample, and has the delve keyword, so you can exile cards from your graveyard to reduce the cost. You can cast this as early as turn 2. Pretty solid, pretty solid. That 4 power also enables Ferocious, which is important for Stubborn Denial, which we'll get to. And then the other delve creature that we have is Sultai Scavenger, which is a little embarrassing. It's a 6 mana 3/3, it's got flying, which is helpful in some situations, but it is a bit more vulnerable, and also that 3 power does not enable Stubborn Denial, which is unfortunate. In Pioneer, we would be playing Tastic of the Golden Fang, which is an awesome card, one of my favourite cards ever printed, to be honest. There's a bunch of other stuff, but importantly, it's a 6 mana creature, and it's full power. And 5 toughness is pretty hard to kill. But, here we are. Sultai Scavenger making what we do. 6 mana delve creatures for us to Neoform into Atraxa. The rest of the decks tend to focus around enabling that, while also offering some protection and interaction for our opponent's stuff. So we have 8 delve creatures, 4 copies of Neoform, and then 3 Atraxas. It is also possible for us to cast these. There's some mana confluences floating around in our mana base, so if the game goes long, we can kind of find those and cast one if we draw one. But hey, ideally, we're just doing this as early as possible, and then winning the game. So, starting at 1, we have 4 copies of Thoughtseize, 4 copies of Fatal Push. Best black cards of the format. Thoughtseize, really, really important here because it helps us stop our opponent from interacting with our combo. Our plan is to Neoform for Atraxa. Anything that either answers the Atraxa, counters that, or anything that's going to kill us before we get this in play, we want to get rid of it straight away. Similarly, Fatal Push, we need to survive versus aggro, fair enough. Summonar's a really, really awesome card here. Blue, counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1. This is a 4 spike early for non-creature stuff, but if you have Atraxa in play, or if you have Hooting Mandrills in play, or in Pioneer if you also have Task of the Golden Fang in play, it is straight up negate, counter target non-creature spell. It is not only really nice for protecting, but it's also one of the best things for us to find off of the Atraxa to kind of like protect it once it's in play. And the last card here, kind of the engine here, is Otherworldly Gaze. Blue, simply Surveil, 3 flashback for 1 and a blue. If you cast this on turn 1 and put 3 cards in the graveyard, it does let you cast Hooting Mandrills or Sultai Scavenger on turn 2, which enables you to go, okay, I will then Neoform and then have a mana up to be able to like cast Stubborn Denial to protect. Okay, cool. That's kind of an ideal situation, but it involves you kind of like, hey, having one of these survive a turn, which is fine. If everything goes to plan, you can maybe do cast the Hooting Mandrills for 1 mana, Neoform, and then also a protection spell later on, but it depends on the matchup and how like much pressure you're under. Anyway, Otherworldly Gaze puts cards in the graveyard, helps you actually find the Neoform and the pieces, just really, really, really good. Founding the Third Path is like the other engine card that we're using here. Is a Saga with the Reader Head. You may cast an instant sorcery spell with mana value 1 or 2 from your hand without paying its mana cost. It just lets you kind of like, oh, I'll just play this for free while getting this into play as well. The second step, target player mills 4 cards. This is obviously allowing you to get cards in your graveyard for Delve, but also kind of tutors for, well, not tutors for, but helps you dig for Neoform as well, because if you mill through it, you get to use it with the last ability. And the last one, exile target instant sorcery card from your graveyard, copy it, and you may cast the copy. Sometimes that'd be Neoform, sometimes it's a Thoughtseize to kind of like check to make sure your opponent's not got any interaction. Sometimes it's just reducing the cost on the flashback of Otherworldly Gaze by 1, but really, really solid. The Reader Head here means that you can just skip the first one as well, so you can just go straight to mill 4 and then the third ability, or even just go straight to like the Snapcaster ability. All pretty awesome. But another really like, these 2 really important engine cards that kind of make the deck work, while we have some interaction. There are a couple more removal spells. We've got a Heartless Stats that are Go for the Throat. In Pioneer, you do not want to play Go for the Throat because it does not kill Smuggler's Copter. You probably just want to play a second Heartless Stats, but on Arena we're totally fine for the time being. Woo! Awesome. One of the new cards is Wail of the Forgotten from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Blue-black. Descend 8 is really hard. We're putting a bunch of cards into our graveyard, but 8 permanents is still pretty tough, especially because we want to exile them for these guys. But there are modes here that we're pretty happy with. So if you do have the Sent 8 enabled, you get to use all of these. The primary ability we're using is actually the bottom one. To look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Lets you dig for the cards you want, puts cards in your graveyard, awesome. The others are just kind of like bonuses here. Target opponent discards a card, probably the least useful one. But hey, if you've managed to enable the Sent 8, it's free. Or the return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand can be pretty useful in a pinch. It's kind of like a, hey, in case of emergency, break glass ability. But largely you're using it for the last ability there. It's like a strategic planning with some extra upside. Then of course our 4 copies of Neoform. Our creatures, the Sonic Scavengers, the Hooting Mandrills, 4 of each of these, trying to be as consistent as possible, and then 3 copies of Atraxa. Again, it is possible you don't have a way to like reanimate it from your graveyard. You can Neoform for it, which only searches your library, and we can cast it because we have these mana confluences going around the mana base. You pay the white mana if the game goes really, really late, but it's pretty tough. Also, I guess with the Gigantha, if you get that into play, which we're playing because we can. Yeah, look, it's Gigantha. The mana base is fairly straightforward. We do have those 3 mana confluences. We've got a bunch of fast lands, Botanical Sanctums, Blooming Marshes, and Darkslick Shores. Breeding Pool, 2 Overrun Tombs, 2 Warrior Graves, a Beseiju, and an island as the rest of the mana base. You're going to play some best of 1 ranked matches. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. It's free. About 80% of you are not, apparently. And I'd really appreciate it if you did. But yeah, let's hop into some ranked games. Alright, first match here with the deck. Triple Founding isn't too bad. Because it finds us everything. We've already got a Delve creature as well. Actually, I'm going to keep this. Seems a little weird. I go ahead and lead on Beseiju. Which feels odd, but ideally we don't take damage. Looks like Hogak from the other sides. We have the option to go for the Raven Inspector here. I'm not going to do it because we'll be able to do it. Likely to be able to do it next time. I'm just going to play this and immediately mill for to play on the second mode. That means we can, if nothing else, make a Heating Mandrills next time. We know I need to flash back for that. Alright. They have Demolition into... They have Demolition. They have a play following up. No, okay. We hit our land as well. That gets sacrificed. I'm going to go ahead and play out Founding. And we'll maybe look to go for the throat here. If I Founding, go for the throat. I can exile some cards to make a... We also just don't need to play the go for the throat. Okay, yeah. Our best plan really is to Founding, mill 4, hope we hit a Neoform. We do hit an Neoform, we also hit an Atraxa. Go ahead and play out Heating Mandrills. See if they know what's up. We want to exile non-permanents first, we can't really do that here, they're all permanents. I'll exile Atraxa, we definitely know what's that. Nothing else here matters a ton. See if they have action for the Heating Mandrill. Bear in mind, with Founding, when you recast from the graveyard, you do have to pay the mana. Even though it's like cast. Well, not for free. You may cast the copy. Modern templating. You exile it, then you copy it, and then you can cast the copy. Alright. Let's see. I'm gonna cast it. Sacrifice the Heating Mandrills. Alright, so down 1 Atraxa in the graveyard already. Don't want to take an Atraxa off of this. Ideally, we're looking for things to rebuild, waste Interact, or potentially Interaction for removal on the Atraxa. We absolutely do not want to take the Atraxa. I think at this point we're unlikely to die to creatures. We're at 16, I think we should be okay. I'm going to take the Stubborn Denial over taking the other reasons Attraction. We'll take a Neoform, and I'll take... Well, both of these enter tapped. I'll take the Warrior Grave. Go ahead. Yeah, no creature. Alright, that means you've got some Denial up. We could Thoughtseize here, but I'm a little wary of running into multiple copies of effects that buff their team. The player's tapped. They go. There's also the option to put a creature into play, but Summon Denial should hopefully cover us, given that we can block with Atraxa. You will deny all that at the cost of a life. And that's GG. There you go. First win on the board. Alright, match number 2. We have Hamlet Atraxa, which we have the advantage of just being able to mulligan. We have Whale, but I don't really want to keep it. It's basically multi-6 ready. This looks significantly better. Given Blind, I think I put a land back. It's a little weird, but give the Otherworldly Gaze, flashback on it, we should be. The double Heating Mandrills with Founding and Gaze, we can put them into play fairly quickly. Black. If they're familiar with... They may know what's going on. They may not. We'll leave it at Langton. Pass. Taking the Founding seems correct. We get a lot of value out of the Otherworldly Gaze, but obviously it feels pretty bad to take it, given all that. I'm going to go ahead and bat here. Sorry, not bat. Otherworldly Gaze responds to the bat. Given we drew land, these are all going in the graveyard. And they'll be able to take one of the Heating Mandrills, which is annoying. Would guess then, like, Black Aggro, but not like in a defining way. I want to play this and pay full mana, but I think that actually, yeah, given that we have a Otherworldly Gaze in the graveyard and they're not going to close with what they have, they're not closing the game out super fast. I want to play this before leave the Gaze in the yard. It's tempting to like play it for one so we can play this earlier, but I think being able to get value out of these is good. I wonder. And hey, that devotion. Interesting stuff floating about. That kind of has to be expected. We're at 17, but I got 15 needs to play from hand. Well, non-zero chance they like try and slam Liliana or something like that. Start ticking up anyway. Class. So Multiplied Devotion. Immediately level this up. So we've got like a little bit of time, but not infinite. Okay, sure. So they're playing Devotion with both Grey Merchant and Aquazots. Aquazots doubles life lost, and Grey Merchant drains us for potentially, well, ideally, all their life. Well, all our life. First. Cast some other games. Gosh, I do not want to draw back Atraxa. Did we? Some of them was an interesting one to keep, but we just because we're not going to draw a card off of either of these. Top card to be good. Kinda in a bit of a rough spot here. I'll leave push on top so you can push this and get Mandrills back into play. We might want to do that on their turn though. We can Mandrills Atraxa in the same turn. Yeah, because we want to look for Neoform on one of these, and then like and then bat. I'll kill the bat, and then it's done. All right, Arena. Fine. Shoot this down. Get Mandrills back. Go looking for a Neoform. Okay, we find Neoform on top. Also find Stubborn Denial. Oh. Okay. Like, actually, I've had enough. Yeah, we had a basically common. We could leave Stubborn Denial on top there as well, which meant that we definitely get it off the Atraxa, which is kind of awesome. We should find an untap land at that point. So far, so good. Tend to try and play sets of 5 when I'm doing best one videos. Seems great. Just again, need to find a Neoform. You might find that I'm end up saying that a lot. Okay, sacrifice. Interesting. You might have some annoying ways to get around Atraxa. Lean on Sanctum. This is fine. Prioritizing Otherworldly Gaze over finding a way to interact with it. Annoying. I'll just go and cast it. Oh. It's like, kind of want to have it. Oh, actually. So these go in the graveyard. I kind of want the denial. Downing anyway. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna keep this on top. I'm gonna take a card. Like, you want to let me have a Heating Vandals. Fatal Push. They never follow up on the creature. Let's worry a little bit just running Heating Vandals out there. We can't quite protect it. Makes sense to wait a turn. I think. I just play this on 1 with no action. So if I played it on 2 here, I'd mill the 4 cards, which is great, it's fine. But then I'd be flashing back Neoform on my next draw step. Well, next main phase without having a creature. Ooh, okay. They can take the King Mandrels, which is not what we want. But not the end of the world. We're not under a ton of pressure right now. Going the extra Stubborn Denial is interesting. For Neoform. Know about both. Play the island. Then we have to look for both Neoform and another Delve creature. If only Giganta cost 6 mana, it'd be a little bit more useful. Anyway. Thing. They can't just like run out of Fable here, but if they have like a Mayhem Devil, that'd be pretty punishing. Flashback again. Alright. You find a Heating Mandrels. Pretty great. Green, blue, blue. I can't actually. That's. They're gonna have 2 ways to kill the Heating Mandrel. Probably not, right? Let's take a discount on this. Alright, there's no Neoform here. I have to mill through one of these. That's fine. Cast it. I want to exile into this. And he's over in 2 for mana. So we got double Stubborn Denial. Okay. We have something in play. We have some ways to protect it. Now we need to find the Neoform. Bit of Triumph. Right, Denial. I do not know about the second one, fortunately. We'll see. You'll see. Mandrel's also like 4/4 with trample. Like, hey, could maybe beat down with it. Who knows? Bit of Triumph down to 11. Second Denial. Then I think we milled over exiled one, so there's one left in the deck. Into the red zone. Upside of these bitter triumphs that they are now on 11, having paid 6 life. So, along those lines, let's get a Gigantha. And I was thinking this version of the deck doesn't have a good backup play. They do have 4 cards in it. But he's being immune to Fatal Push is really nice. Oh well, the deck being immune to it. That is annoying. Okay.
I don't need respect.
Devil.
My goons will make quick
And
work of
Blast. Decline there.
Plead
On 9. Bit of a weird spot. Go face. Have to get. They don't know about this, but there's a lot more. 3. One of these. Into the rest of our hand, and I want to leave permanents in there in case we draw it. I can't remember what that spell's called. The new one, the one that has the send 8. You have 8 permanents in our graveyard right now. Do you get to the?
Pleasure doing business with you.
They still get to. I'll decline this. They still get to discard to gain the life even if we discard, right? What's the if?
Your punishment
Let's
is
go to
my
8.
entertainment.
Unfortunate bit is I'm gaining like 4 life back off of these. Did it maybe just swung at these, but maybe didn't respect it enough? I don't know. Let's find one more point. I see. Well, this is definitely something. Because one of them is legendary, so you only get one thing.
And you'll lose everything.
Get a 5. I'm gonna discard this now. Founding. We just not hit Neoform, right? Yep. I just stem some bleeding, so I think we just take out 2 of these planeswalkers. Copy. Oh wait, did you choose the wrong one? This feels so stupid.
Well,
And we're gonna mill 4 here.
ruined all my fun.
Oh, maybe I'm. No, okay. We exile everything. Right. So we've not hit a Neoform. But we can flashback Will of Forgotten, which could be nice. We're game. We're game. Our opponent's got 3 cards left still. Last time doesn't play. They could just down take this if they want to, but if they're not going to die this turn, then kind of know that. Bounce something. Got a card.
Punishment is my entertainment.
You are like very close to just dying as well. I think the Mayhem Devil like it's. Okay. Do this thing. So I don't really want to bounce some Nixler. Cast this. Want to discard, and we want to look at the top three. Target them to discard. Find to auto pay. Fill the fuck up. This maybe should be a 4 in the deck, but it's a little. No, it is just a better strategic planning. Okay, so then I think we want to split these up. It's a little wary about the man land. Little push should cover that. I only cast one of them though. Right. So
Don't think you're
looking okay.
some big hero.
That's dangerous. Okay. Yeah, Mayhem Devil makes me feel uneasy. So I'm attacking here, they can block, but we can kill Mayhem Devil before combat. I just want to see if they have any piece of it. Well, not before combat, after blocks, because he's a trample, we can remove it and then it'll do. I don't believe Silence is a card in the format. It should be alright. I was trying to think, is there anything that we get completely rolled by? Yeah. Alright, nice, nice. Alright, 3-0 so far. Wait, a couple more. This looks solid. Again, kind of out of position where we need to find 2 cards, but like have 2 good engine pieces, plus some interaction. Should be all good. The deck does rely quite heavily on other games and founding the third path to kind of pull through and find the different pieces. And sometimes, like you've seen, you just won't see Neoform for like 30 cards. Tough, you know. But it is what it is. May as well leave Dark Solution. Yes, cast all the spells we have available. Brushland, I would definitely expect Green White Angels, but or the Aura's deck though, less popular in Arena without Gladecover Scout. Again, sometime soon. We found a Heating Angels, we won't be able to use it straight away. But we can set up for it. I think best plan is to founding now for actually I shouldn't for nothing. I was like, yeah, I just found a founding other games. This is still fine. We can get to mill 4, immediately use those 4 cards to put a Heating Mandrills into play, and then the next turn, hopefully, we've hit a Neoform. That's the game plan. Look at us. Oh, okay, no Neoform. I want to play this. Not that Besiege can do anything, but having an untapped land is good. I want to be able to get a collector company. The Fatal Push we're probably not going to be able to get anything out of. Star 4. Alright, sure. Maybe we should have paid there for some flexibility. That's fine. Doesn't mean we can use the Fatal Push. So, more inclined to use the other guys. Because if we hit Neoform, we can kind of put into the yard for some free value. Heartless, that's pretty valuable. Whale means we can clear up that board a little bit. but none of these. Trying to play like a control game here isn't going to be really tough. We have the other gaze. I think we can't keep both of these. We need to get rid of at least one. Yeah, maybe if yeah, the well's not going to do much. I think the way this has gone, we can act here from the graveyard and destroy Galena because that powers up their board. Marsha, fine. And then we can interact with collector companies still, which is the important bit. Missed their third land drop, so denying on this man is actually pretty good too. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. Oh, one other thing is that founding leaving the battlefield can trigger fatal pushes like revolt as well, which is neat, but not too much here. If they have nothing, we'll just flashback gaze and be pretty happy about it. That'd be a cool way for this to pan out, really. Alright, that's that number 4. That's number 2. Thing. I'm not going to cast this now because they have the 4th mana. I don't want to risk them being able to company for free. Attack here. Potentially. Problem is, like, Atraxa is not a guarantee here as well because they have some distraction from their side. Double. We're really close to getting this online. I think maybe we want to just hold on to it for a sec. Alright, yeah, sure. I'm fairly certain this is a collector company. By fairly certain, I mean like 100%. Is a storm denial that? If there was a second one, we can't really do anything about it. But, there we go. Bouncing and killing these does not feel fantastic either. I'm 13. We're doing damage to lifestyle. I'm gonna hold them back. Oh, that's another one of the guys. Founding. Oh, hang on. 1, 2. This is on 4, not turning it on. We have the option to like immediately flash us back here, like Thoughtseize, or you use this Thoughtseize to. You don't have a counter spell, but they don't seem to have a collector company left. I want a founding here. I want a founding. Thoughtseize doesn't seem great given what we've done. I think we should wish Wall of Forgotten. Whale the Forgotten. They can discard. Oh. Cancel. Display. Stop. We want the Neoform. No way for us to get. I was like, we can't attack. And then do it. Untap land, stubborn denial would be great. There are some creature ways they might have to interact with this. That'd be quite awkward. We want to take this. A stubborn denial. Untap loop. Alright. Let's see what's up. My collector company. We can mill for. Alright, it gives us a little bit of insurance. We have 2 black sources. I think I just open attack with Atraxa. Hope I don't get horribly punished. This is the other thing, they can make a bit of a wall. Feel more comfortable if I cast what was going on. I'll just keep it up. Fair enough. That is fair. Nice. Alright. 4-0 did be Angel. Will. Ooh, actually. Okay, we don't have a blue, so not just Cavalier. And we do have to mulligan. We have. It's a start with Neoform, which is great. This. Of Heartless Act. Alright, let's see what's up on the opponent's side. Yeah, I feel like my win rate versus Angels, like, across all the time playing Magic is about 20%, so feels good to get one over. Just every deck I feel like it's... Alright, cool. I have a good matchup unless they get to Coco into all these things. Always Coco into all these. Is Elves. We can look to... Given this start, I don't think they're going to have a way to... It's a Blooming Marsh, right? I don't think they're going to have a way to interact with the Soul Scavenger. For that reason, I'm going to just dump all these in the graveyard. We don't have a guaranteed Third land right now. As that immediately draws one. Still fairly confident. The correct thing to do is just slap this. You have backup of the World of Gaze if I need Delve card as well. But this lets us Neoform as early as possible with the most mana possible. Ooh, okay. Sure. We'll take a combat split. Yeah. Let's see what land we'll draw here. This is an interesting one. I don't know what the most powerful things they're doing deck are. I don't want to take an Atraxa. Do you want to take a Stubborn Denial? I want to take a Neoform. Sure. Okay. Why can I not remember the name of the enchantment? 3-mana enchantment enters the battlefield, hideaways, and then it puts a counter on this and cast the spell they hideaway. Edict, which I have to summon them now. Can't block the Shakedown Heavy for what it's worth. Which is potentially a problem. We can untap it and have them draw a card. But actually, there's not much point in giving them cards when we can just gain life through it anyway. When I set my stuff on my upkeep, I should have upkeep Other Worldly Gaze to try and find another interaction spell there. We have cards in green. Yeah, I'm gonna put this into play on push the I'm gonna play this out. Logic being that we can go get another Atraxa if they can deal with this one, and we insulate against another Shield Red's Edict. In case they do have one. So Fight Ring is the 3-mana enchantment I can't remember the name of. They get to Hideaway 5. They are going to cast a spell, which like, they could just dig for a kill spell here, which would be tough. We'll see what they get in a second. So, being a combat, they put counter on a card. Power Stone are great, they get to cast a spell, which is... Gosh. I could also be like Soul Ultimatum. Okay, Turn Timber Symbiosis is not the worst for us. It's a lot of power, but we're gonna gain we're gaining life of a track, so it's not bad. Find the drawing cards. I can just double block it. I'm not gonna do. There's no real reason for us to trade off with these, because we're just getting the life back with the track. Alright, nice. I'll see you in the postgame. Alright, not bad, not bad. A 5-0 run with Neoform Atraxa. I feel pretty good about that. Pretty good. We got in a couple of sticky situations, but Atraxa carried through, which was awesome. I'm super happy with the list. Like, I think this balance is really, really good. Again, the mana confluence has hurt a little bit, put you in some sticky situations versus aggro, but hey, what can you do? Especially with Thoughtseize as well. Some stuff on the sideboard you can maybe look at. Wheel of the Forgotten should probably be 4 copies, I think. It's weird because it feels so bad. Like you're casting like a 2-color card that's like, oh, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put them to your hand, the rest of the graveyard. But previously that was playing strategic planning. This is like a, obviously not a strict upgrade, but it is an upgrade because it does have some potential more more versatility to it. And if you do get the Descend 8 online, that is awesome. I'm not sure what I cut for it here, is the only thing. I think Stubborn Denial is a little bit worse with having the Skulltide Scavengers. However, it is so important for keeping Atraxa around once it's in play. I think you kind of have to play 4 here. I think if anything, I'd probably cut one of the expensive removal spells, or go the other way and maybe from a Fatal Play. But, hey, pretty hard to say. Maybe you play 3 Stubborn Denials main and then play the 4th in the sideboard if you're playing best of 3. There are some pretty awesome sideboard cards that you can play, some alternate plans, some like other big creatures to go into. Obviously, like with Neoform for Atraxa, you're very all on the Atraxa, having some Planeswalker win conditions brought into, as well as more interaction for like the deck or whatever, playing on the voids versus free slaying, that kind of thing. Yeah, Wraths, like Path of Peril versus aggro. Some good options. Fairly intuitive, I think. Good bug cards. Yeah, deck's really, really solid. First time like it's actually playable properly on Arena now that we have the Dell creatures, which is awesome. And yeah, I'll see how it goes. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do subscribe, like, share the video around. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, if you got any suggestions, do let me know in the comments. Have a great day. Peace out.